to say we're not very good? I'm trying to tell you. All right, what can I help you with?
How bad were your lines today?
Say it again.
Offensive and defensive lines seemed like they were getting handled most of the game.
Well, we rushed for 41 yards. That tells you something. And I don't know what theirs was. They had 215 yards rushing. So that probably answers the question. Not very good.
Bill, did you think you had preparation the way you wanted it to be?
Well, in hindsight, I'd probably say probably not. But I think I believe yes, I believe we prepared reasonably well. I don't think our effort was ever what I would like for it to have been during that period of time. It was a long, hard period of time for them, so I'll certainly give them that, but we've been there before as well.
Can you also just assess North Dakota State? They look like a pretty good football team.
Well, I certainly don't want to take anything away from the quality of football team that Craig has. I mean, it's obvious they've won 2 national championships. Well, you know all the stories, don't go into that, but yes, they're an extremely fine football team, and they play very, very hard. And they're a tough football team. They played harder than we did. They were tougher than we were. They're better coached than we were.
Coach, what's going through your mind on that final drive? What are you thinking about?
Well, I'm thinking that we need to get them stopped, and I'm worried about the timing when there was they got the ball with 8 minutes and 15 seconds, I think, left to go, and I was worried because I knew when they moved the ball, and they weren't having a whole lot of difficulty moving the ball, and it takes them some time, and I knew they were going to run the time off the clock as well. So the first thing I did was tell the coaches get their 2-minute offense ready, because if they did score and we had to get into that, we weren't going to have a whole lot of time left on the clock, which is true.
Coach, you mentioned rushing yards and the lack thereof. Your offensive linemen are one of your most experienced groups. Were there communication errors up front, and do you think that maybe put more pressure on the defensive front than they originally anticipated?
I don't know that it was communication. If you're talking about our offensive line, I don't think that was the case. They're bright enough. They've played together long enough. I just think we got beat on the other side, and we probably didn't do all the things we needed to do, and some of the things that we should have done, we didn't.
Coach, thoughts on Jake Waters, his first outing tonight?
Well, Jake threw the ball reasonably well. Just made some mistakes and got into a little trouble. Turned the ball over, then you got the problems. But overall for his first ball game, I thought he played reasonably well. Daniel, that's poor coaching on our part. To Daniel, put him in one play and he's in the end zone. So that falls back on us, not utilizing him more.